Cardi B weeps bitterly after Stefan Diggs' unbelievable decision for their newborn. The soft hum of hospital machines filled the private maternity suite as Cardi B sat beside the bassinet, her trembling fingers brushing lightly against the tiny hand of her newborn son. His breathing was gentle, fragile, almost poetic, like a miracle the world wasn't yet ready to understand. What should have been the happiest moment of her life suddenly turned into one of the most emotionally devastating nights she had ever faced. Just hours after welcoming their baby boy into the world, Stefan Diggs made a decision that no one, not even Cardi herself, saw coming. And when the words left his lips, Cardi broke. "This is what I believe is best for our son." Sources close to the couple revealed that Stefan, visibly anxious yet unusually firm, informed Cardi that he wanted their newborn son to be raised away from the limelight, completely shielded from the celebrity lifestyle, cameras, paparazzi, and social media exposure. But that wasn't the shocking part. Stefan reportedly insisted that their baby be relocated temporarily to a private wellness estate in Switzerland, under the care of elite pediatric specialists and childhood development experts, where he would grow in peace, anonymity, and spiritual grounding. No public photos. No media announcements. No social exposure. No celebrity influence. Just silence. To the world, the baby wouldn't exist. Cardi's world falls apart. When Stefan explained his reasoning, Cardi stared at him in disbelief, her eyes filling with confusion and fear. "You want to hide my son from the world," she whispered, her voice cracking. "From my fans? From my family? From me?" He tried to remain calm. He spoke about legacy. About trauma. About breaking cycles. About protecting their child from the brutal glare of fame that had shaped, and scarred, both of their lives. But Cardi didn't hear logic. She heard abandonment. She heard separation. She heard loss. Moments later, the rap queen collapsed into bitter tears, clutching her chest as nurses rushed to comfort her. "I carried him for 9 months. I dreamed of showing him love. I dreamed of hearing the world celebrate him with me," she sobbed. "And now you want to erase him?" The emotional confrontation. Witnesses described the room as heavy with tension, emotions spilling like a storm that could no longer be contained. Stefan knelt beside her, his own eyes glassy. "I'm not trying to take him from you, Cardi. I'm trying to save him from becoming what the world turned us into." But Cardi shook her head aggressively. "I wear my scars with pride. My son deserves to be seen. He deserves love, fans, family, culture, legacy." Her voice echoed through the hall as she cried uncontrollably, whispering her child's name between sobs. "My baby is not a secret. Fans sense something is wrong." Within hours, fans noticed Cardi's sudden disappearance from social media. No updates. No baby reveal. No celebration posts. Only eerie silence. Speculation erupted like wildfire. Why hasn't Cardi posted her baby? Something's wrong, this doesn't feel normal. Is she okay? An insider leaked that Cardi had locked herself in a private room after the heated argument, refusing to speak to anyone except her child. "She just keeps crying and whispering to him," the source claimed. "It's breaking everyone's heart. A painful choice looms." Stefan reportedly gave Cardi an ultimatum: either agree to his decision for a private life abroad for the baby, or prepare for a legal battle over the child's upbringing. That single sentence shattered her soul. "I never thought the man I loved would force me to choose between motherhood and my identity," she confided through tears. Night of silent agony. As midnight approached, Cardi sat alone under dim lights, rocking her baby softly as tears soaked her silk robe. "I just want you safe, but I want you with me," she whispered. "You are my heart. My breath. My everything." Outside, Stefan stood by the window, staring into the city skyline, knowing his decision had created a storm he might never control. What happens next? Will Cardi surrender her child to a life of secrecy? Will Stefan reconsider his rigid stance? Or will this heartbreaking dispute tear their relationship to shreds? One thing is certain. This newborn's arrival has not only changed their lives, it has ignited a deeply emotional battle between love, protection, fame, and motherhood. And as Cardi's sobs echoed through the night, the world knew, this is no longer just a celebrity story. This is a mother's heartbreak. Here is your very long, dramatic, emotional fictional story, backhand index pointing down. Entertainment purposes only. Cardi B weeps bitterly after Stefan Diggs' unbelievable decision for their newborn, a heart-wrenching moment that left everyone in tears. The hospital corridors were unusually quiet that night, the kind of silence that only exists when something deeply emotional is unfolding behind closed doors. Inside the softly lit maternity ward, Cardi B sat on the edge of the hospital bed, her long manicured fingers trembling as she stared down at the tiny bundle wrapped in a pale blue blanket, their newborn son, the child she had carried through months of emotional storms, sleepless nights, and whispered prayers. This was supposed to be a moment of pure joy. A moment of celebration. A moment every mother dreams about. But instead, tears streamed down Cardi's face as her chest rose and fell in broken sobs. Because what Stefan Diggs had just decided, no one saw coming. The decision that changed everything. Stefan stood near the window, his arms crossed tightly, jaw clenched, eyes filled with a conflict so deep it looked like it was tearing him apart from the inside. The confident athlete. Everyone knew, the man of strength, power, and poise, now looked like a man standing on the edge of an emotional cliff. Cardi, he whispered, his voice heavy, raw. We need to talk about our son's future. Cardi looked up, already sensing the tension in his tone. Her waterline shimmered with fresh tears. Why you saying it like that, baby? She asked softly. What's going on? Stefan took a slow step closer. I made a decision, he said, taking a long breath. And I know it's gonna hurt you, but I believe it's what's best for him. The room fell into a suffocating silence. The unbelievable choice. Stefan revealed that he had already begun arrangements for their newborn to be raised, partially, under a private, elite athletic development program overseas, a controversial legacy training system known for shaping future sports legends from infancy. A place where children were separated early from emotional distractions and molded with strict discipline to create champions. He believed their son had destiny written in his blood, and wanted him trained to become greater than both of them combined. Cardi's face drained of color. You want to take my baby away from me, she choked. You want him raised like some experiment. Stefan shook his head. Not away forever. Just temporarily. He'll grow stronger. Focused. Untouchable. But Cardi heard none of that. All she heard was separation. Distance. Loss. And in that instant, she broke. Cardi's emotional breakdown. Her cries echoed through the room as she clutched the baby protectively to her chest, rocking back and forth. No, 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 she repeated through broken sobs. I carried him. I felt his heartbeat every night. You can't just decide his life without me. Her mascara ran freely as her shoulders shook with grief. Nurses paused outside the door, sensing the storm of emotion inside. This my son, she cried. Not just a legacy project. Her voice trembled with raw maternal instinct, the kind of pain that comes from fear of losing her child before she even got the chance to truly love him. The clash of love and legacy. Stefan knelt slowly beside her. I'm not trying to hurt you, Cardi, he said, his eyes glossy. I just want him protected from the chaos, the cameras, the fame. I want him to become something powerful without the weight we carry. Cardi shook her head. I don't care about power. I care about him waking up next to me. I care about kissing his forehead every morning. Tears streamed down both their faces now, love and ambition colliding in the most painful way possible. Fans react worldwide. When whispers of the situation began spreading online, fans flooded social media with outrage and heartbreak. A baby is not a blueprint. Cardi deserves to raise her own child. Stefan crossed a line. Hashtags like hashtag protect the baby, hashtag Cardi deserves peace, and hashtag let her be a mother began trending globally within hours. Everywhere, people felt her pain. The moment that changed Stefan. As Cardi continued to whisper lullabies through her tears, their baby suddenly stirred, letting out a soft cry that pierced Stefan's heart like lightning. He watched Cardi instinctively comfort him, her voice trembling yet tender. And something inside him cracked. He finally realized the truth. This wasn't about destiny. It was about love. He leaned forward, his voice barely audible. "I didn't see it like this," he admitted. "I forgot he's not just a future, he's our present." Cardi looked at him, eyes swollen but still full of fierce love. "And he needs his mother," she whispered. A fragile resolution. Stefan sighed deeply and placed his hand gently on the baby's back. "I won't take him away. Not now. Not like that." His voice broke. "We'll figure his future out together." Cardi's sobs slowly softened into quiet breathing, her lips brushing their baby's tiny forehead. In that fragile moment, the storm cooled, not because the fear was gone, but because love reclaimed its voice. A new beginning through tears. Though the pain of that night would linger in their memory forever, it also became a turning point, a moment where ambition bowed before motherhood, and where power stepped aside for tenderness. Cardi held her son tighter, whispering softly, "Mommy got you, always." And as Stefan watched them together, he finally understood. No decision about the child could ever be made without the heart of the woman who gave him life.
쳐다보고 있겠지. 묘한 짜릿함 그 속에 머물다 보면 어느새 제주 행비행 신비한 세계로 나를 이끌고 거짓말처럼 하늘을 날며 어느새 제주 바다가 내게로 와 있네. 있어. 아래엔 간혹 도시가 보이곤 해. 그 도시에는 또 다른 내가 하늘에 떠가는 비행기를 올려다보고 있겠지. 난 쳐다보고 있겠지. 묘한 짜릿함 그 속에 머물다 보면 어느새 제주 행비행 신비한 세계로 나를 이끌고 거짓말처럼 하늘을 날며 어느새 제주 바다가 내게로 와 있네. 하늘을 보고 또 다른 나는 아래를 쳐다보고 있겠지. 묘한 짜릿함 그 속에 머물다 보면 어느새 제주 행비해